Hello. Why did you pick room 2?
I don't know, to be honest. I just want to make a video about this comment.
The validity of cognitive functions.
Yeah. Okay.
Information in the comment is taken out of context.
What's that?
Like the statistics and such, only presenting one of them taken out of context.
Cherry picking?
Yeah. Like, did you get the book you ordered for Kimberly? Because those statistics is in it.
Yeah, we got the book. Yeah, it arrived.
Yeah, those statistics are in it. And when you just take one, it's not as valuable as if you look at all of them, because I considered skipping the whole chapter because it was boring. But after looking at a couple of them, it started to make sense.
Hi, friends. Host Eric here, talking to famous people, and I'm making this video to respond to a comment, or generally a style of commenting, I guess, as much as anything, that was recently offered by Kay Yahan. Now, what's interesting here is the approach. So, what that means is he's coming in to defeat an argument that I haven't made. Okay? He knows he disagrees with me somehow. He doesn't know what my position is. He doesn't want to do the research to find out what the position is. So he tries to spike out all possible positions on it, but he completely misses mine. I've stated on a number of occasions, I'll state it again. What are cognitive functions? Why does the cognitive function model make sense? And what aren't cognitive functions? And what claims am I not making about them? That's the critical question. See, Homie here keeps asking, well, what claim? Why do you believe cognitive function? It's because this model. Blah, 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 blah. Instead, he needs to be asking, what claims are you not making about the cognitive function model? Well, one claim I'm not making is that it's a model. I don't claim it's a model. I claim it's a taxonomy, a way of breaking down the totality of human cognition in a fashion that represents how certain aspects of cognition relate to other aspects of cognition in a variety of different ways. Now, if one is to question the cognitive function model, then I would say, well, foremost, let's talk about attention. Is it true that individuals have attention? And is it true that attention manifests in different ways? In other words, is it possible for one person to prioritize in a given moment, say logical consistency, and in another moment prioritize something else? Yeah, it is, of course. So we start there and we ask ourselves, if we were to taxonomy all of cognition and we were to use some existing ideas that seem to begin to do so, how would we complete that taxonomy in a meaningful way that makes good logical sense, that is consistent with itself, consistent with observations, not worrying about substantiating it scientifically for the purpose of falsification, because you know going in you can't falsify a taxonomy. Now, homeboy here misses the point entirely because he's trying to do exactly that. Hold a taxonomy to the standard of a model. Will the taxonomy uphold scrutiny against that standard? No. Just like a duck won't be a very good cow, no matter how many moos you train it to say. So, problem number one for homie. He thought he could guess all possible arguments and spike them all out with these massive comments, none of which actually address what I'm saying. Here's a good taxonomy of your human cognition. There are two kinds of action, physical and metaphysical. Metaphysical action is represented by extroverted intuition, and it correlates with improvisation. TI and TE are respectively a thinking-based metric that either is objective TI or subjective TE. Everybody has both. The reason TE is subjective is because it is derived from individual wants. That's why it's always linked with FI. So FI means, what do I want? What's important to me on a value or emotional level, regardless of impacts to the world outside of me. And when one successfully implements what one wants, one has good TE. When one successfully requires consistency or attains consistency within one's argumentation, one demonstrates good TI. The only things in the life that have truth values are statements. So this is where we ought to begin in critiquing homeboys ill-advised, or not ill-advised, but like failed comment. K. Yahan. He keeps contrasting against, he's battling arguments that are not mine. That's his problem. I don't give a fuck what he's saying. He's answering something. He's answering somebody. That's not my argument. It's not my position. I'm not going to defend it. The importance of doing a little research, right? So, again, okay, the way it actually works is the best taxonomy, which is to say a descriptive analysis of an interrelated system of manners of attention that people can choose to use in their observational capacities as agents, that we know for a fact that there is life that occurs through symbols and there is life that occurs through experience, and that those things are distinct. We understand that some individuals prioritize the former, others the latter. All these things naturally are things that are axiomatically true. I'm not making any wild claims or disputes. Note what I'm not doing, referencing any scientific data. Why should I? Defeat the truth, defeat my arguments. Empirics are fucking weak sauce, is the bottom line of it. My raw analysis of this matter is more convincing than any empirics I've ever seen about anything related to it. Why? I've successfully framed the scope of the thing as taxonomical rather than predictive model-wise. I've successfully paired off any arguments related to falsification because, of course, you can't falsify an individual's type because it's based on self-reporting. And not physical structures in the brain that represent the cognitive functions because they're manners of attention, not tools inside the brain. And you can't deny the metaphysical and physical world division because, of course, there are, in fact, symbolic representations of life, like the sort that I'm engaged in right now. And then there are physical experiences like this. Ow, that hurt. There's a difference. It matters. Okay, so now we understand there are two different manners, basic manners of attention, physical and metaphysical. We can break down all taxonomy into metaphysical and physical action, a metaphysical and physical epistemology, and of course, two metaphysical and physical evaluatory metrics, one emotive, one logical. So, the burden is not upon me to show why this is true. The burden is on anybody who wishes to oppose this model or taxonomy, or whatever you want to call it, to provide a preferable alternative. There is no preferable alternative because every alternative that's presented as preferable results in a failure to withstand my scrutiny. Now, here's the thing. I've articulated my case very carefully in multiple videos. If you want to roll up in here and tell me how I'm wrong, you better fucking watch the videos in which I explain my positions. Thanks for watching Douglas Fence, people, and don't forget to eat plenty of cheese. Also, according to Susie, you cherry-picked data out of that book. How bright is your colorful pink banana, or whatever it's called? Gifts Forever. Gifts Believing, or something. I don't even remember what the fuck it's called. Gifts something.
The
something
original
gifts.
study.
What is it called, though? But what's that book called?
Gifts Differing.
Gifts Differing, right. According to that, book includes data from that study, but it includes all those data from that study. And Susie says that homie just cherry picked it. I don't give a fuck. The point is, he's not done. He's not met the basic burden. He's not done anything. He did a bunch of shit over there unrelated to what I'm saying. So that's what you get for being so intellectually careless as to presume to know what my position is without researching it all. Thanks for watching Douglas Fence, people. And please do not forget this time to eat plenty of cheese. It's the only way you grow up big and strong and reject these kind of poor applications of your mental prowess where you defeat no one and you sing, oh, this is my fist. And you hit yourself in the face with it. Why do you do that? I don't know. Goodbye. Kaboom.
Hit yourself in the face with it. Okay. I didn't see the original video yet. But that was not the point for this video.
Yeah, what was the point
But that comment, I don't think it's on the channel even.
You don't think it's what?
No,
I approved it now. I approved
Okay.
it. It was waiting, but I approved it.
Did you look at the thing I sent you yesterday?
What was it?
The conversation. If you didn't, that's okay.
Oh, about Courtney?
Yeah.
Yeah, I read some of it. I didn't like it. It makes me angry, you know? I mean, see, that shit makes me want to get her in some fashion. I don't like what she said at all.
Oh, it's not about me at all, so it doesn't matter.
Well, right. She's trying to make something that's not about you at all about you.
I thought it went pretty well, but that's not what's bothering you.
There's one part of it that I read that bothered me.
What's that?
Her talking about your boyfriend. That bothered me.
It's just stupid. It's part of the tactic.
Well, it makes me hate her.
Well, it's the same thing. She did the same thing with you and Delilah.
I don't remember.
Well, I blocked her after that, so there won't be more.
I mean, she's such a stupid cunt. I want her to suffer.
Oh, she is.
But I don't want to exert energy towards it.
Exactly. It's
That's how
the
you
right
always
action.
win that argument. It's not worth it. But I fucking hate her. I want her to suffer. She's fucking
Kicking
with
her
people
out.
I care about is not okay. It's like when she was fucking with me, it was whatever. I can handle that stupid cunt. She's getting personal with you and shit. That's just not okay.
It's nothing new. But it's fascinating how much she hates me.
I know. Why? Why you?
Because I'm an INTP with pink hair.
Oh, right. You're what you'd like to be. That's right. If only I were Susie. And everybody would think I was smart. She's logically deduced from the title of that video that I don't think she's smart. It was her greatest intellectual accomplishment in all of the time she was with talking with famous people.
You see, it's not necessary to do more.
That's true. That's true. All right. Whatever you say, Susie.
What? You don't agree?
You are so easy to deal with. Of all the people in my life, you are the absolute easiest one to deal with.
In what way?
You're probably the only person that I just feel totally okay deferring to as a default. Because I trust that you're like a chief of staff.
Chief of staff. The ones who calm shit down when you get to fight there or something.
Well, I mean, there's one person who I know, if she's busting my chops about something or telling me to do or act or be X, then it's time for me to listen to her, because she doesn't do so frivolously. You know, you're not frivolously telling me what to do or not to do most of the time, or about wrong shit. When you do say something, you didn't choose to do so on a whim. You know, you're fairly deliberate in your decision making. You're about as TI as I've come across, and TI is the very definition of deliberation. So basically, I trust you. I trust your judgment more than I trust anybody else's judgment. Certainly more than I trust my own judgment.
I appreciate
Fortunately, I usually don't go on judgment. Usually I go on intuition, and usually that's fine.
You just NE all over the place, and shit happens,
Right.
and then you sweep until it's sort of okay.
Yeah, right. But when I am using judgment, and it's going awry, as it often will, I can count on Susie to give me the eyebrow.
The eyebrow.
I can't do it, but
Yeah, but you still ignore it. Initially.
Well, you know how it works too. I sort of ignore it, and then I don't ignore it, and then it's not as bad, and all of a sudden it's been turned around because I have to deal with Susie's thing that she said. You know, I have to somehow make this work out right without Susie being right.
Is that the thing?
Probably. until I get used to the idea of Susie being right again, and then I go, okay, well, basically what I'm saying here after all this complicated explanation was that Susie was right again. But Takes me a little while to get there, you know.
So you're being a brat.
That's what fucking Kimberly calls me too. Kimberly says you're such a brat. I'm not being a brat.
Is it better if we say you're being Eric?
Yeah, I like that better. There. That lighting is better too. I'm trying to figure out lighting out here. Kind of backlit. It's a gray day in LA. It's kind of chilly too. Got a lot of stuff to do around here too. Gotta move some shit. I'll probably
seems like
do the.
It seems like you're doing shit all the time now.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna move in here. I might as well. I spend overnight here.
Do you know when? Couple of months?
July 1st, maybe.
Okay. And when are the kittens leaving?
What's that?
The kittens.
Where are the kittens?
No, when are they leaving?
When are these kittens leaving?
Yeah.
I don't know, like 10 weeks or something.
No, it can't be that much.
No, I'm not saying
Is it?
in 10 weeks. I'm saying at 10 weeks. I don't remember exactly
Okay.
when they were born. When they seem big enough, I don't know.
Okay.
They're still pretty little though. They're not nearly ready to go
Yeah, they're
yet.
like 2 weeks or something.
Yeah, their eyes just opened this weekend.
Yeah,
This past weekend.
that's why I'm guessing around 2 weeks.
What's going on in the other room? Are there people in there?
We have Josh and Kestrel, Anthony, Spacey, New Spacey, Audra, and Einft. Some INFP.
New Spacey? Who's New Spacey?
That's the black guy, ENFP.
He's
So all
New
this.
Spacey? That's his
Yeah.
name is New Spacey?
No, you
Oh,
see,
that's cool.
people call him Spacey, so he has written Spacey NYC.
But he'll be called New Spacey.
He has to be. Spacey has
Yeah.
already been plenty butthurt over the name stealing.
Is he?
Oh, it might just be joking, but
Yeah, probably.
I wouldn't like it either. Like, I didn't like it when they called the new Norwegian girl for New Susie.
They called her New Susie?
Yeah, or they
Like-
just, we were both in the room and they were like, Susie, no, not you, the other Susie.
No wonder you don't like Susie Jr. There's another name stealer. She's coming in
There's
to
a
steal
third
your
one.
name.
But the worst thing is, first one was an ESTP.
Ooh.
That was,
That's bad news for that ESTP. That doesn't bode well. ESTPs don't get a lot of slack around here.
well, she did get quite a bit of slack initially.
Are you talking about motherfucker, huh?
Yeah. First time she came in, she refused to give us something to call her.
Did I end up making that video about her? I never
You
even
did.
finished that, huh?
No,
I
you
got
didn't.
about halfway through it, I think.
Oh, now you remember. I tried reminding you like 2 times, and you're like, what was that? I don't know. And I'm like,
Because you didn't.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, well, now
I
I
sent
know
you
what
a
you're talking about.
shitload of links.
That must be frustrating for you. Sorry about that.
And this was before it started recording 1-hour chunks. 15-minute chunks in random order. I sorted them for you, and you didn't do anything.
I did, you tell
Oh,
me.
yeah, I know.
Let me see what
You did something. You even made notes and shit you wanted to say in the video. It was pretty good. That's why I was a bit disappointed that it didn't happen.
Yeah. Sorry about that. You know, I have pretty bad SI.
Worst SI.
And I'm kind of at the mercy of my moods and my level of speed in me and stuff, you know? Unbelievably. For those who know me, they're shocked to hear me make such a statement. What? You, Eric? Most constant and stable of all people? Oh, it's true. It's only
Stay
through years of self-optimization. Though. Yes?
and you have the cycles, so it's not that unpredictable.
That's good.
It is unpredictable in the way that we don't know. It can go either way. When is the most volatile?
Kimberly and I are experiencing this weirdly intense but stable relationship where things get intense. We have lots of, I wouldn't even call them fights. They're like moments of misalignment where it's like, but no, um, I need you to say things like this. It's usually what it starts out with.
Are you the one making that claim?
Yeah.
You know
Because
what?
I don't,
I hope she gives you pushback.
well, she does when appropriate and doesn't when appropriate. It is important to be careful with your words in general. I don't like to hear her referencing her old boyfriends and stuff. That bothers me. It's like
That's
it's not
understandable.
necessary either, except she's an SI dom. So what does she do? She comprises most of her time thinking about shit that's already happened.
But aren't you doing the same thing with Candace and shit?
I mean, okay, number one, no, in general, I try not to. The only one I do generally reference is Candace, and I've talked to her about the fact that it's fine for her to reference her first husband, father of the child. It's going to sort of be inevitable that there's a link there with the child. It's like your former family. But I don't reference people I was dating or something. I don't talk about Capillo around her. I don't talk about Michelle. She's very sensitive about that, you know. And the thing is, she doesn't really talk about them directly, but she doesn't get the intuitive nature, which is if she
You're gonna
references a
make me
time period, you know what I'm saying? Like she's not gonna get around me knowing what she means.
yeah, but I think you also might be prone to adding meaning.
Well, that's a fair criticism. Um, I'm not saying I'm dealing with the whole thing perfectly. I'm just saying that's a source
Yeah, it's
of,
difficult.
of conflict, and it'll be less a source of conflict as time passes and we have more time together and less time before us. It's recent, you know.
Yeah, more and more of the recent time will be with you.
Right.
And
So,
it's been a while since she was married.
right. Um, but yeah, it's weirdly intense and stable. Usually, things that are intense are unstable, or things that are stable aren't that intense. And I always kind of envision an ideal relationship not being very intense because it would seem to occupy too much of one's attention. But I don't know. It's
Well, right now you have a lot of changes going on,
that's true.
so the slabs will fall into place at some point.
That's true. Just waiting on the Slavs to make themselves more clearly defined, I suppose, in terms of an equilibrium, right? I'm seeking a new equilibrium in all manner of things, and I have to allow the Slavs their time to move. Something I get impatient with them. They can be a little glacial on occasion.
It will be fine in time.
This is this is the sort of conversation I should cut a video out of. It's very there's there's subtext a mile deep, you know, and it's all super chill in its presentation.
But what's the point if half, well, 3/4 of the people won't even understand shit?
Well, I mean, maybe the point would simply be at this juncture to include this exchange in the video and thereby alert personages of equivalent subtextual fluency that said conversations occur, that the necessary depth and breadth of meaning being provided and drawn from said exchanges is of value and something to be sought. We'd like to include you in such exchanges going forward in the future. You should stop by and hang out a little bit. Takes a little while. Don't be impatient because you got to build up some SI shit to work with. But it sure is a lot of fun. For a lot of us, we seem to spend almost all of our time here. I've been on a bit of a break because of this new relationship. I've been kind of absent the last month or so. But the last few days, I found myself coming back more frequently into the rooms. And, you know, this is my home, first and foremost. Above all else, I am at home in this space metaphysically, and I am, before all else, a metaphysical being. So, yeah, join us here on the Aelorian plane.
So do you think you'll actually make a video out of it? I'm gonna send you something funny.
I think I would stop it right when you said that. Like that's why I didn't answer it. That's where I would stop the video.
What?
Is
Where I ask
when
if
you're
you're going
like,
to make a
so do you
video?
think you'd make a video out of this? I just don't respond. Hi, Tim. How's it going? You're just the sort of person about whom I was, or towards about whom I was talking a little while ago. You know, I don't know you at all. I haven't really had any conversations with you, but I know you vicariously a little bit.
What does that mean?
Yes. It means through you, we know each other.
Yeah. Susie
Through
knew
your,
too, but she wanted to ask to make sure it was explicitly stated.
through your gossip is what he's saying, Susie. Through your gossipy mouth.
I'll tell you, Tim, it's all good gossip. All good gossip.
Yeah, I love the gossip.
Yeah. Tim did something funny today, and I recorded it, and I'm sending it to you on Facebook.
Okay.
It's only 2 minutes long, and you should listen to it. Bit back.
Okay. I will look at it right now. Let's see.
Did you listen to it already? It's so dark, I can't see your face for shit. I think it's a grin.
Oh, that's good. I like that. That's funny. It's good stuff. It's. I'm sure Susie was wrong. Okay, the important takeaway of that is Susie was wrong, and everybody needs to acknowledge that. Super important. If you can mix in Abraham's imitation of me, Abraham's imitation of me goes like this: Abraham, fuck yeah, Abraham.
Yeah, Abraham did that impression for me the other night. That's where I got the inspiration. He does a spot-on impression of everything. Yeah, I was just messing around with Susie, and she recorded that without my knowledge.
Well, I was supposed to
Unlike-
record something else.
Unlike
made out
Abraham,
of,
you
FX.
know how to use the words correctly. That's the difference. Abraham doesn't know how to use any of the big words correctly.
Yeah, he's just got the vocal accent nailed.
Right.
But the recording,
of
there was a
bars.
meaning. There was a meaning behind it. I didn't know that what was coming.
Alright, I gotta go get my weed from the other room. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm gonna fill up my coffee too. Think of a topic. Let's talk about a topic and pick a video.
Okay. Yeah, I was bad. So naughty.
Did you record the video version of that?
Do you want it?
Oh, that would be even more. That would be even more interesting.
Yeah, I can send it to you later. I assume you only have your phone with you, right?
Yeah, I only have my phone. But
Easier.
don't share the video with anyone else.
No, it's fine.
Please.
The only thing I'm sharing is this thing, which I asked you beforehand.
Yeah. The audio is okay. The video only for me and you.
Yeah, of course. I wouldn't do anything without asking you.
I know.
Except I kinda ambushed you a little bit.
Except
you-
record me, which is a federal crime here in the USA. So if you ever step foot in this country, agents will swarm you and take you to jail immediately.